Hello, I'm Myla Acoba. I'm a Filipina from the Philippines. I'm a licensed Philippine lawyer. I passed the California bar and I'm on my way of to be admitted in the California bar. I'm just waiting to take my oath. I've been here in California for more than 8 years.
Koba is my friend from our church, and she volunteered to be interviewed for this type of project. And now we're gonna start with the questions. So first, I'm gonna ask you, where were you born and raised?
I'm born in Manila, in the Philippines.
How many were you in the family?
3.
3. Was there sisters or brothers?
No, I'm the only girl in the family, and I have 2 brothers.
2 brothers. Okay. What did your family do for a living back in the Philippines, or if they're here?
My mother passed away when I was 20 years old. My father is a lawyer. Just a simple family back.
Oh, so you're like a middle class family?
Yes,
You can,
yes.
Okay. What do you remember growing up back in the Philippines?
Just a simple, typical Filipino family. Like because we're just a small family, so just my mom is a simple housewife. My dad works like from the morning to evening. We are being guided by my parents to study hard. So just my life basically when I was young, just schooling and house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was daily life like?
Just studying.
Just studying.
Just studying. Me as a child, I'm not fond of playing during my leisure time. I spent my leisure time reading books. Basically, I'm not really fun going out of the house and playing with kids. I think I'm type of the person that is they call it introvert.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sociable.
Yeah.
That much.
Antisocial kind of guy, yeah. So what were your plans and goals for the future during those times?
Ever since I was a little girl, I really dreamed to become a lawyer like my dad, because I always see him. I went with him in different court hearings, and he inspired me with his profession. So as long as I can remember, I really want to become a lawyer when I grow up. I never entertain any kind of profession or career, but to be a lawyer.
So okay, so since you're here, I just wanted to know, like, what brought you here in the United States?
The main reason why.
The main reason, yeah.
I went here because of family.
Family.
Yeah, back in September 2007, I got married. It so happened that my husband works here. He lives here. After the wedding, he went back because he has work. And then I realized it's difficult that we are living apart.
Yeah.
So I said that at the time I was pregnant already, after 3 months, I felt the depression.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want to be with my husband. And then I said to him that maybe I could join him. Like I want to see him. I could visit for Thanksgiving, November. So that's it. I decided just to visit him here in California.
So that was the initial reason why you went here to America?
Yeah, just want to be with my husband, and maybe after when I give birth to the child, we're together, and then go back to the Philippines after that.
And then so you gave birth to your child here?
Yes.
And then so what happened after that?
Yeah. So the initial plan is that just to spend quality time with my husband,
vacation, like,
while I'm conceiving. He could take care of me. So, but the plan is after I deliver the child, we will go back to the Philippines. So the child is with me also, and my husband will continue to work, save money, and retire early. But then things change because maybe my husband realized that it would be best for us to rear the child being together as a family, and considering the opportunity being provided here in the States, which we cannot get in the Philippines. He said that why not try to stay.
Yeah, okay. So, was your husband immigrant also, or was he born here in United States?
He's also an immigrant.
Immigrant.
Yes. He came here when he was, I think, 18 years old.
Yeah. Okay. So like he asked for you to stay here, and then what was the way that you actually got to stay?
Yeah. So we talked to a lawyer because I came here using my tourist visa. So before the time, the 6 months period lapsed,
for tourists,
we talked to a lawyer, and he said the best way is for my husband to change status from immigrant to American citizen because he's qualified. So with that petition, him getting a different status to become an American citizen, concurrently he will petition me as his spouse. So the papers were jointly processed by the lawyer. So right after my husband became a US citizen, I think just few months, I got my green card also.
Oh, that's very nice. So since we're talking about like immigration, what was your concept of American dream before even coming to US, even as a visitor, as a vacation? Like what was your what was your overall thinking of what American dream is?
Okay, what you think? You mean what do I think about America?
Actually, America as general, or America of opportunities, as they say.
Yeah. So what I know about it is that people back in the Philippines, they really want to go here because they said that the opportunity, this is the land of dreams. So what I just think is that America, there's a lot of opportunities here that we cannot afford, like we cannot experience in the Philippines. Basically, of course, is the standard of living here. It's different compared to the Philippines. Philippines is a third world country, so opportunity, it's not that really great as what we have here. And of course, we have also relatives here who, through their stories, we learned that they have this kind of living that I think if you compare it to the Philippines, only class A, class B kind of family or the upper class have that kind of living. So basically what I think about living in America is that you step up of that kind of the standard of living is really different. It's more, I think I would describe it as it's more I forgot the words.
Probably more beneficial, or
and I think that with the opportunity wise, there's a lot, like here you can achieve your dreams because you can earn money easily. Because compared to Philippines, that jobs, the supply or the demand of jobs is not that really great compared here.
So using those thinking, those concepts, so when you came here, was all of this, like the reality of living in America, was all of those concepts fulfilled in your mind, or
it was realized?
Where did you realize that was true?
Before I answer that, because when I went here, that kind of thinking is not like to earn money or to have a better living compared to what we have in the Philippines. It's not really my goal. It's not my goal. So, but w- when I say like before I went here, what I think about America, it's a place wherein opportunities are really great, independence is being practiced here. I witnessed that it's really true. Here in America, if you don't work, you can only blame yourself.
Yeah.
Because here, if you work hard, you can achieve your dreams. You can reach for your goals in life. So yeah, it's really true that the
Like a-
the grass is greener here.
Yeah. So let's talk about your identity as a Filipino. Do you consider yourself since how long have you been living here again? Since your immigration?
More than 8 years.
More than 8 years. So do you on those 8 years do you already consider yourself as an American or still a Filipino?
No, I think I'm still a Filipino.
Filipino.
My way of thinking, my character, it didn't change. Yes.
So how has living in the United States shifted your point of view of our homeland, of your homeland, the Philippines?
Can you elaborate that?
So
more?
like you're already living here in the United States. How did it affected how you see Philippines now compared to where you were in the Philippines and
Oh.
never been in the United States?
Oh, okay. I think it when you see a thing from like in a broader perspective, you have a clear picture of it. Like when you get out of the Philippines, right? All the more that you knew it or you analyze the situation in that place. So that what happened to me when I was living here, I saw the difference. Like they say Philippines is poor,
Yeah.
it's a third world country, but when I was living there, I didn't feel it. Like it's normal.
Yeah.
But when I went here, I saw the disparity, the kind of living, because here people are very disciplined. Before I was in denial that Filipinos are not disciplined, but now that I'm here, I could see that Filipinos in general, they're not disciplined because of the difference of law. Also about the environment. Here in America, they take care of nature. In the Philippines, no, we don't care. We just trash our motherland. You know, like I mean, garbage is a problem in the Philippines, the disposal. But here it's very organized. So that's one thing that it made me sad in some point, that I wish we can adopt this kind of discipline, because I've seen Filipinos here, they have adopted the American lifestyle. They're disciplined, the way that they dispose their garbage, how they take care of the environment. I wish we have that kind of discipline in the Philippines also.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you still associate with the ethnic group of your home country?
Yes.
Right now, yes. Yeah. And how do you maintain your sense of identity and your cultural roots while living in a foreign country? How you still maintain the Filipino in you while still living in this like foreign country?
Yeah, they say that there are two universal kind of communication. One is music and two is food.
Yeah.
So music, I still love listening to Filipino music, and food, we prefer Filipino food. When I cook, so mostly I always prepare Filipino dishes. I'm married to a Filipino, so we enjoy eating Filipino food. When we go out, we prefer Filipino restaurants than American or other nationality kind of places. And to tell you honestly, we rear our child. I only have one son, or I have only one child. We rear him in a sense, or we raised him ever since he was little to speak Filipino in our house, because our number one goal is that he never forgets our native language, and we want him to respond to us with the po and opo, which is a sign of respect. But he's okay with his being bilingual. So we want to instill in him that he's still a Filipino, born in a foreign land.
Yeah. That's nice. So, so we're done with that. Let's talk about religion. How did you feel about the different religions you encountered when you first arrived in the United States versus how you feel now?
Like a different religion or the same religion that I have back in the Philippines?
No. We're gonna be talking about when you came here.
Mm-hmm.
How did you react to like different? You saw different types of religion around you. At the first time you came here versus what you feel now on those like the diversity of the religion.
Yeah.
Like,
I really don't have any like a feeling of alienation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same because back in the Philippines I could see different religion than where I belong. There's a Catholic, Protestant churches back in the Philippines, also Muslim. Here, back in Fresno, we also have those churches, but it's still it's okay. I don't have any. There's no difference of any outlook or how I see them. It's the same.
How do you differentiate?
Respect.
Yeah. Okay. How do you differentiate your religion practices? Like how it was practiced back in the Philippines compared to how the religions were practiced here in United States.
So you want me to differentiate my religion and the religion,
Yeah.
the other religion here?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a big difference because maybe I mean what I mean is the doctrines is different because in my religion, which is Iglesia ni Cristo, Church of Christ, we believe that Jesus Christ is not God. He's the Son of God. We don't believe in the Trinity. So Catholic believes in the Trinity. Protestant believe that Jesus Christ is God, but in my religion, Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Back in the Philippines and here also, the members of the church where I belong, they're very disciplined, and it's the same. The brethren here are very disciplined. They help the community. We worship twice a week. We attend worship service religiously, and we are united to the church administration at all times. We are very obedient. So wherever we are, wherever we're in the Philippines or here in the States, the doctrine stays the same, and the culture inside the church stays very stable, and it's the same. It doesn't change.
Is your religion right now has a big factor in you coping up with the social changes here in America?
Oh yes. I think it's one of the factors that helped me to adapt to a different culture, because when I went here, my immediate community is the church. When I attend worship service, I met people. I met my brothers and sisters in the faith, and they're the one who helped me to adapt the kind of living here. So I would say they have a big influence on how I cope easily on the kind of living of the Filipinos here in California.
Great. So let's talk about diversity. What are the major cultural difference that you have experienced coming to California, and how you were able to overcome the culture shock related to them?
Culture shock.
Yeah. First,
maybe because I could cite some few, like maybe about kids, about treating their parents.
Oh yes.
So in the Philippines, you cannot answer back your parents, right? Here, kids are very vocal. Like they can express themselves. The freedom of speech here is very protected, but in the Philippines, no. Another culture shock for me is here there is a certain limit to discipline your kid, that whenever you there's a corporal punishment, you can be in trouble with the authorities if the kid will mention to anyone, like the teacher or principal, that you're giving disciplinary action to your kids, which is taken in a different context. So it's different in the Philippines. In the Philippines, the parent has the sole authority how he would discipline the kid. Also here, which I really admire is the enforcement of law. Okay, so here the law is really well respected. Like, it is being observed. When you say that no one is above the law, it is really being observed. Like, even you're a president, even if you're a congressman, if you violated the law, you go to jail. But in the Philippines, no. It something. The system is different. What I mean. Yeah. So those are some few of the differences in cultures and. Is that culture shock?
Culture shock. Yeah. So, do you have any idea on how your race or country played a role in the making of American history? Like how the Filipino community actually helped American society, the American to rebuild its country, or build its country. Do you have any idea, like, about the history of Filipino in America?
So maybe I could say that Filipino community has some contribution, because what I mean is that it's undeniable that there's a lot of Filipino professionals who went here. They use their talent, their intelligence, and their skills. They work here and they contribute to the economy. Like, in a sense, there's a big proportion of Filipino community who purchase houses here, and it increases the economy of America. We also, like in the medical field, there's a lot of medical professionals who practice here. So in that community, the medical community in the States also, there's a contribution of the Filipino community on that field also. And what I heard is that here in California alone, there is a Filipino American Bar Association. So, and it's a big community also. So on that aspect, Filipino is part of American culture already.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Especially in California.
Yes, there's a lot of Filipinos.
So, being surrounded by various cultures, there's like different colors of races that you've been with or worked with. Did you ever feel connected or disconnected with these people?
In some way, because I could say that there are communication barriers. Because there are terms that for me, the meaning of that term is different, but here in the States it could mean differently. So I think it's more of a communication problem sometimes. Like, if I say I don't want to talk to you because I'm tired, what I mean is I just want to rest. But if I'm talking to an American, he would feel offended. So it's the giving of meaning to a simple statement or word. I think that's one of my problems.
Dealing with diversity.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess that wraps up our interview. Do you have anything to share with the students, or like how how you could give advices for immigrants or the more Filipinos?
Okay.
Of the basically which relates to the ethnic groups and how we can value our ethnicity in America,
Okay.
especially California. If you have any thoughts or comments.
Okay. The only thing that I could share is that we do believe that America is the land of dreams, and it is. It's a great country, and given the opportunity that we are here now, we have to take that that opportunity with us for our advantage. For all the other ethnic groups, Filipinos, Vietnamese, or Chinese, Japanese who are here, students who are studying here, take that advantage with you because you are in a better place. And you just work hard. You can show your talent, your God-given blessing, your God-given intelligence to show who you are. Don't let your environment change you. You should share that uniqueness of your ethnicity to this great country, and be part of it. Be part to make it a greater country.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, thank you so much.